So we can add the circle in, we can add some hand weights, yes. Okay. Those will be our extras to help us keep going, pushing through, get your bodies moving, get your heart rate up, get some blood flowing in your body. Why don't we just get right into it right now? So you can lay yourself down on your back. You're gonna hug your knees in towards your shoulders. Okay, and then really pulling those knees up. See if you can lift the head up as high as you can, up over your upper abs, and then press those arms down on either side. We're gonna push the legs away, pull them in with your stomach. Push them away, pull them in. Take an inhale as you push and exhale as you pull. Wrapping around the backs of the legs and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. Now point those toes and we're gonna go faster. Out and pull, out, pull. Just make sure you're not rocking on your tailbone. You're really anchoring from that sinking down, that whirlpool of the low belly. It's an active situation there to actively anchor the stomach down into your spine. Out, in, and then rest a moment. Okay. Grab your circle. Put it between your ankles. Flex the feet parallel. Curl back up, push out, squeeze, pull it in. Push out, squeeze, pull in. Push out, narrow from your hips in order to get to the circle. So that we're working our way from the pelvis down the legs to squeeze and find that extra little oomph, that delicious squeezing of the legs. And push. Now, if this gets to be too much, of course, you can rest your head. You can send your legs higher, but keep going. You can do it. Out and pull. Last one. Out and pull, resting the head down. You can rock your head side to side. Oh, lost my pillows. Okay. Curl back up. Send the legs out. Now we're going to splash the water with our 100. Inhale and exhale. Try to go really fast with those pumps. Really vigorously pumping the blood in your body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Can you give that circle a little extra squeeze from the hips, not just at your ankles? Can you curl up a little bit more? 2 more breaths. Exhale. Last one, big deep breaths. Calm on the inside. Whew, rest. Nice. All right. Send those legs long. Reach the circle up, back behind you. Squeeze those robot arms. Okay, bringing the arms up, chin on the chest. Push your way through space. Reach and exhale. Inhale to roll you back. Keep squeezing and narrowing those legs from your hips. Exhale. One more at this speed. Inhale. Exhale to reach and stretch over. Inhale to pull that whirlpool of your low belly back. Okay, now we're gonna go fast in one breath. Inhale. Exhale, roll yourself down. Inhale, come up and over. Exhale, pull the belly back. One more time, and peeling up, reach, rolling back, and down. Great job. Okay, put one foot on the inside of that circle, stretch that leg up to the ceiling, anchor the hip down into the surface underneath you. Give that a little stretch there. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Really taking more oxygen than you normally do. Okay, inhale, bend the knee up to the shoulder. Exhale to push and expel the air out of your body. Inhale to pull up. Expel the air out as you stretch that leg. And exhale, bringing the chin on the chest. Here's our tree, peeling up. Exhale, keep that leg up in the air and see if you can teeter-totter your body over. Inhale to roll back down. Exhale down. Inhale to peel up. Exhale over. Connecting this action to sensation. You're putting your spine to your mat. One more, peeling up, teeter-totter over your leg. Inhale to pull yourself back and down. Nice job. Okay, taking the circle out. Keep it in your hands though. We're gonna reach up to the ceiling. We're gonna see if we can make the leg touch right at the center of the circle between the two pads. So if you gotta lower your circle down to get there, it's okay. Inhale to cross. Exhale to circle. Get to that circle. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Really feeling the backs of your ribs like gills. Make them breathe for you. Reverse, open around. Inhale, exhale around. Open, around, open, around. Okay, get rid of your circle. We're gonna go super speed now with these circles. Cross around, cross around, cross around. Stabilize by opening your chest and narrowing your hips. Around, reverse, around, around, around. Keep breathing. Okay, climb up your leg, give that leg a stretch to you. And then we can let that leg reach out far away like it's a ray of sunlight. Okay, grab your circle, other side, starting with the stretches. Pull that knee up to the shoulder, stretch, anchor that hip, bending, stretch and anchor. That's great. Exhale as you stretch. Just feel like you're a whale with a blowhole out the leg. That's what that exhale should feel like. Not just in your torso, but your whole body. Okay, keep that leg there. Hold it for a little tiny stretch. Okay, circle in both hands. Squeeze your armpits and touch your leg to the circle. Take an inhale, exhale to swing it around. You want to try and find the pendulum action of that swing. So if you're doing your jab, if your anchor, if your scoop is doing its job, the leg can move freely. You don't have to try and control that leg around because the pelvis is stable. Reversing around. And you're trying to move big, yeah? We want to find freedom inside of this. Last one. Okay, get rid of your circle. We're gonna go our super speed and around, 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 around. Find those gills in the back of the ribs. Reverse, up, up, up. Don't let those ribs float away from you. Keep them gliding to your hips and then rest. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's rock up. Come forward just so that you have some space behind you. Okay, and then we're gonna hug those knees in. Find your sphere shape of your body to roll. And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Send those hips up, up. Yeah, think of going up instead of back. Lift, that's it, Lynn. Up with the hips. Up. Yes, and you're using your booty. Nice. And it's fun. And find your balance. How much tighter can you be in your little tiny, tiny ball? Rest there. Okay. Bring your right leg with you. We're going right into that single leg stretch. Pull, 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 pull. Now just singles. Switch, 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 switch. Okay, both knees in. Always know you can rest your head, of course, right? Yeah. Reach those arms and legs away from each other. Draw them back into the whirlpool of you. Stretch your taffy body. Draw back in to the whirlpool. Reach. Draw yourself in. Are you taking deep breaths? Pull around. Think of those hips, how you use them to lift up your hips. Use them to pull the legs in. Great. Legs up to the ceiling. We're going to pull, pull, change, pull, pull, change, pull, pull, change, pull, pull. If anybody needs modifications to these, just like kind of wave at me. But I'm kind of assuming that you do know a little bit, since I know you folks. Okay, let's go single pull. 1, 1, 1, 1. Kick that leg to you in order to grab it. You got to kick and kick. Where do you kick from? Your low stomach into your body, into your body. Ooh, take a little rest for your head there. You can rock your head side to side. Okay, keep going here. You're gonna lift the head and the shoulder blades up, legs up to the ceiling. Lower those legs out, 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 up. Piece of cake. Down, down, down. Oh, so easy. 2, 3. Think of the energy that it took to lift your hips up in the air. Use that energy to bring the toes to the ceiling. 1 more. Bring them up. Bend your knees in. Crisscross. We made it to the last set. And center. Twist around. Make sure that you don't get lighter on one hip. Both hips are down. No rocking the boat. May want to rock the boat in other aspects of our lives, but not here. And around. In. Last one. Whew, okay, nice. Let's come up to sitting. Why don't we grab our little hand weights here? If it feels okay to you, we're gonna come up to the knees just so that we're adding in a little extra effort for the legs. It's good to have the knees squeezing if you can, but if it feels better to have a little bit of separation so you're straight down the line of your hip, that's also fine. Okay, so we're gonna just squeeze the arms in, palms are forward, and little bicep curls. And curl. And curl. So something to think about here is that you're not using your low body to do the action of the arms. You're localizing that effort so that pelvis still has a lot of work to do to keep you strong and still. Freedom against the stillness. Okay, now come up high and we'll keep going. And in. And in. And in. Can you zip up the jeans? Yeah, find that low stomach anchor in and in, elbows wide, out, and out, and out, and out, and out. Stay out, we're gonna pulse up, 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 and down, 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 and up, 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 and down, 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 down. Again, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3. Keep checking in with your legs, with your booty. 4, and down, 2, 3, 4. Last time, 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 down. Okay, sneak one arm up, the other arm stays glued to the side as you go over. Make sure that you're not getting light on one of those sides, and then come up. Switch. Oh, this feels so good. And switch. And over. Nice job with that stabilizing. That looks great. And hopefully it feels as good. And come up. Okay, we're going to reach the arms out in the front. I'll show this way. You're gonna press down and back behind you. Chest expansion, looking and looking. Center, exhale out. Inhale, press. Looking where you just came from. Center and release. And press and reach long with those fingertips. Center and exhale. Press to go long. Look and look. Center and, okay, hard one to keep the hips still, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna go up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going and growing the stem of your spine up. Of course, this is as much about posture as it is about finding stabilization to free up our movements. And reverse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Okay, let's sit back for a moment. Let's do our little rounding exercise, grabbing your ankles, forehead on the knees. Okay. One last thing, if we're still okay to be on the knees, we are gonna go a little bit hip width apart. You're gonna find your circle. We're gonna reach it out in the front. So coming back to this, the circle is a visualization for you of, or your ball. Your ball's great too, of what your pelvis is doing. It's narrowing together. So when you see that, it should be Pavlovian for you. You're pulling together there. Okay, so we're gonna squeeze. We're gonna hinge. We're gonna come up. Then we're gonna round forward, like we're doing the rolling in and out with the roll down bar. And then roll back up tall. And hinge, come up, rounding forward, rolling up. Trying to really put sensation in that spine. Hinge, come up. Yeah, all one piece there, Cynthia. Round. Here's where we really find the increments. And then make yourself like a single sheet. Waft back, waft up, round forward, and rolling up. Great. Let's come back down to seated. And we can get rid of the circle. Okay, let's come back to our little arm weights. And we'll continue with the spine stretch forward. We're gonna reach the arms up to the ceiling. Really push the ceiling away and then rounding forward with your inhale. Exhale, climb the rope of your spine up and rounding forward to reach. Exhale. If you're like me and you're more stiff in the morning, just keep moving through the body. Keep putting your mind to all the segments of availability so that you can create possibility for movement there, even if it's harder to feel it right at this particular moment. The way we gain more is through that focus of the mind. One more reach and rolling up. Okay, reach the arms out. I'm gonna do a little pulse to one side, pulse to the other side. So here, I'll show more frontal. You're reaching and reaching. So this is a translation of the rib cage over and over. And what I want you to think about is, can you still keep your hips anchored down? And reach and reach. So you might feel this in the kind of what I call the stripes of the abdomen, which is your psoas. And reach and keep lifting up tall there. Woo, your arm's getting tired. Yes, doing good. And then rest. Okay, just bring those legs together. Put your weights to the side, stretch over the legs a moment. All right, little check-in. How are we doing with this faster speed? Still good? Great. All right, let's keep going. This is fun. All right, so we're gonna send our legs up in the air, and rolling is such a fun thing. It's very childlike. So let's enjoy this moment of returning to a little bit of childhood. We inhale, rock those hips and come up. And it's a little game. Can you rock? And then can you come up and balance? Inhale, exhale, balance on your little podium. Inhale. That's great. One more. Yes. Okay, bring those legs together. Let's actually try to do a couple more with the legs together. And if you want extra challenge, you can grab around your legs, makes you tighter. Yeah. Or here, still there is fine. And come up. Rock and come up. Rock and come up. Yes. Okay, find your teaser. Lower one leg down and lift it. Whew. Or you can just tap. You can tap this way too. Yeah. Whatever you're up for today. Straight leg or bent. Okay, and then roll yourself down, roll yourself down. Control, control, control. Woo, yeah. Legs go straight up to the ceiling. Okay, here we are in our corkscrew. You can always, give yourself a little cushion with your hands if you need more support on this. Otherwise, arms are glued at your sides and we circle around. Inhale, exhale, center. Exhale, center. Exhale, center. 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 Now let's take the corkscrew apart a little bit and let's look at that rocking up part of it. So we're just squeezing the legs together and you're gonna see if you can use the booty and use the booty. So you're picking those hips up, trying not to bring those legs towards your face too much. That's a challenge. 2 more. Lift, lift, then rock up to sitting. Okay, if you want to level up on this, grab your arm weights. The saw. Okay, lifting the stem of your body up, anchoring your hips down, twist around. Round forward. I want you to reach past your little toe with one arm, reach up to the ceiling with the other. And roll back up, center, and twist. So you saw off your pinky, then you saw off the clouds, and center, and twist. Saw off your pinky toe, saw off the clouds, center, twist. You saw forward, you saw back up. Nice, and then let's go a little faster. So we're gonna inhale, reach, exhale to the other side. And inhale, exhale to the other side. And reaching, exhale around. and exhale to come center. All right, great. Why don't we come to our stomachs for the neck pull. So being on the stomach is sometimes tough if you have back issues. So you can also do this on your knees if you want. So if we're gonna do this one, the coming up, right? But if you wanna do this, actually just here, you can always do that, okay? So the neck pull, tip of the nose, press your hips down, that'll help your back. Send your gaze forward and up. Become a shooting star out your chest. Make space between your chest and your hips as you lift. More space, more. Yes, and then come back down, 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 down. We're gonna do one more. This time we add the head. Gaze forward, and then shooting star out the chest. Your legs are trailing behind you. Look one way, chin goes down and around, center. And other way, looking down and around, center, and then pull yourself back down. Push back around your spine. Okay, then coming back out on your elbows for the single leg kicks. Again, if this does not feel good on your back, do it on hands and knees, okay? All right, but if you feel good, make yourself like a goddess, like a sphinx here. Yeah, and we're gonna kick, one knee in, kick. We're gonna push the tempo just a little bit faster than we want it to be. In. Can you kick and still keep the belly lifted off of your mat? In. Nice. Okay, let's go all the way down. Double leg kicks. 1, 2, 3. Reach and open the chest forward. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Reach and open. In. 1, 2, 3. Keep pressing those hips down. If your hips are getting lighter, it means that you're using your back. You want to leave the back out of it today and then lower down. Push back. Round your spine here. Open that lumbar spine. You want to imagine that you're a little snail shell here, curled up. Okay, so let's do one more thing. No, actually, sorry, I changed my mind. Okay, so we're gonna come back out with the legs in front. Find your circle. And we're gonna place it down flat at the end of your mat. We're gonna just squeeze it with the heels. We're prepping here for the neck pull, the dreaded neck pull. Okay, so we wanna have this idea of the cleats of the heels digging in towards you. Use the earth. So use what's underneath you to make contact with it so that you can then be anchored in your own body. Lower yourself down, keeping that, and then add a little extra, squeezing in on the circle from your hips, pulling together. Okay, hands behind the head. Okay, and we're gonna take a swift roll up and inhale, peeling up and over. Exhale between the knees. Inhale to roll you up tall. Grow the stem of you and hinge that stem. Hinge it. Rolling down, here we go. Inhale, up, over. Rolling up, hinge. Exhale, inhale, up and over. If you need a little help with your hands, okay. I think I'm the only one. That's great. And inhale up and over. Rolling up tall, keep the length of you, keep the length of you, keep contact with the earth under you, up and over. Rolling up, this time we're gonna take extra time to hinge, hinge, get longer. Whoops, don't let go of it, don't let go of it. Ooh, and then roll slowly, 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 slowly. Okay, that's a killer. Let's roll over onto one side. Okay, so we're gonna line ourselves up with the feet on the back edge, your knees bent. Okay, pick up your ribs here a little bit. There should be some space under there. You're not reclining on the beach today. Okay, so we're gonna lift the leg up. We're gonna tap the knee down. Open the hip and press the foot down behind. Knee, lift, and foot. Press. Knee and foot. And knee and foot. So just be aware. You want to make sure, I'm not saying this from anyone, which is great, that your hips aren't rocking with your leg, right? And you're keeping the hip bones stacked. That little space, that little mouse hole under the waist stays alive. So we're really getting a lot of activity here in the hip joint itself and the surrounding muscle groups, which there's a lot of things going on in that particular area, but you'll start to feel this in your glute medius, probably the most. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's send the legs out in the front. Make sure those heels are matching. Lift the leg up a little bit, and then we're gonna kick to the front. One kick, one kick, one kick, one kick. So can you press your bottom leg down as you're doing this so that the top leg can be more floating? Floating front, floating back. Do you have the sense that you're in water, submerged? And that leg can easily go front and back. And front and back and front and back. Then come together and we kick up and then reach out, down. Kick up, reach out, down. Up, reach out, down. So now we're utilizing all that sensitization and activation that you created in your glutes and the hip joint to move swiftly. Okay, small, fast circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. We're gonna do similar to what we did with the knees bent. We're gonna rotate and touch the toe inward. And then we're gonna rotate out and touch the heel behind. And so what does it feel like to do this now with a longer lever? You might feel a little bit more of like the kind of the back of the glute working on this one too. And rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. I like to think of in the side kicks, the kind of stirring stick of the leg inside the hip socket. And that can help so that it's not really your foot. It's not your foot that's kind of doing something to rotate in. It's your whole entire leg inside the hip socket. And we're going to try and fatigue this out a little bit. Yeah, feeling the burn, a little heat there. It's good. And then rest. Okay, you can let that knee fall into the front a little bit. Good job, hip. Okay, let's go to the other side. Okay, and we're gonna start with the knees bent. And we're turning that knee in and then putting the foot. So I got lots of stuff behind me. Okay, knee, and then foot. And it's kind of nice if you can get a little pressure on that foot behind you. It can give you a little extra engagement. Knee and press. Knee. Check in with your beach lounging. Very easy to forget that little spot there. And knee and press. Knee and press. Knee and press. Great. Okay, legs out long. Press the whole bottom side of your bottom leg into make contact with the earth, and then float the other leg. Reach, float. And when I say float, don't mean that you have to go slow, and I don't mean that there's not energy in the leg. What we're searching for is to try and hold two ideas in the body at the same time. One of extreme anchoring, extreme contact, and another with freedom. This leg should feel so supported by everything else that you're doing that it can swing easily. Front and back. Let's do one more, front and back. Great. Okay, heels together. And now we're gonna move a little faster. And reach, and reach, and reach, reach, and reach. How's that little mouse hole doing? Reach, yeah. And down. Okay, little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. You turn your kitchen aid on high and then rest. Okay, so now we have our straight-legged version of this rotating in, rotating out. Okay, if you're already feeling that burn, it just means you're doing it right. Our goal is to try and make this area a little tired. And heel. Is that bottom leg still making contact with the ground? Yeah. We always need to keep grounded, even in the loftiness of our goals here. Okay, woo! I'm gonna rock that knee forward. Tell my little stirring stick leg, good job. Okay, nice. So let's do our last little bit laying down, and then I think I have you for an hour, is that true? Yeah, okay. So then we should do some stuff standing as well today, since we're trying to get our heart rates going strong. Okay, so you can lay on your back. And we're setting up for the teaser. So there's many versions of the teaser, and you should do the one that suits you best. Okay, if you don't know what that is, wave at me. I can talk through some of them, but otherwise we'll keep going. So you can curl up, extend the legs and arms away. Here's that double leg stretch, or that double body stretch. Roll yourself up. Whew. Reach out to those toes, but not just the toes, past them. Keep going, keep going. Roll yourself down, keep the legs out there if you can. And rolling up. You got sunshine bursting out of the ends of your feet. Nice, and then rolling down. Keep the length of you. We got one more to do. Roll yourself up. Okay, if you want to do little circles here, woo, little circles, circle one way, circle the other way, yeah. And then roll, 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 roll. Okay, that was tough. Roll yourself up. Let's do a little seal. So wrapping those legs through, pretzel your body up, and we're gonna clap. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3, up. And 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3, up. Yep, if the seal's not good for you, it's not so great for me right now, so rolling like a ball, still good too. Keep those knees kind of hugging in there if you can. Yeah, keep that narrowness, yes. One more, yay. Getting those hips up and then rest. All right, so let's come up to standing. If you need to resituate your room, we'll take like 30 seconds to do that. Okay, so let's grab our little arm weights. Okay, and we're gonna stand with the feet pretty narrow all the way together. Okay, and we're gonna reach out and lunge to the front and then push back together and bring the weights in. And lunge and together. Lunge and together. Lunge and together. We're gonna go to the side. So you're bending the leg that you're going to. And lunge to that leg. Bring your shoulders with you there. Yes, good. And reach and together. Then we go to the other side. Reach and together. So we were talking when we were on our sides about making contact with the ground. Just see if you can feel that contact in the sole of the foot here. And then to the side. As if your foot was round like a lily pad. And you want that full circle feeling of contact. And lunge. I think we're doing one extra, that's okay. And together. And then we're gonna go a little faster, front and front. And if this gets to be a little too much, you can always like hold on to the wall, right? Or hold on to your chair. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Into the other leg, in, out, in. This is just a modification of like the front splits and out. And also this kind of archery exercise that we rarely do in Pilates. Okay, so now we're gonna go front and side together. Other side, front, side, together. So what are the things that we need to keep hold of? What are the things that we need to let go of? We need to keep hold of the stacking of the shoulders over the hips, the narrowing, the whirlpool feeling in the low belly, of course. We also need to let the other leg escape. Yeah, so we worked on where that comes from, right? Can you use that? Nice. Out, out, together. Out, out, together. Okay, let's take the weights, kind of tucking your elbows in here. We're gonna bend the knees. And I'm a little bit leaned over, but I'm not really rounding here. I'm in a long kind of diagonal plane, like when we do the short box and you're reaching a little forward, that kind of feeling. And we're gonna slide that foot out. Slide it in, if you can on the surface of your floor. Otherwise you can do a little step. But if you can, slide so that you can feel the contact kind of completing the chain from the back of the hamstring glute all the way down into the surface of the floor. And in, and then that lily pad foot in really circular contact with the floor too. Let's change. And out, and out, and out, and out. You might notice one side is harder. You'll make sure that your knees tracking in line with your toes. Out and out. Good. Now we're going to take an out and up, out, up. Or keep going with the dragging. That's because that's also really valuable. Yeah. But if you can now, use that whirlpool to draw the knee up. This is just like our single leg stretch, right? Where you pull that knee up with the abdominal wall. Up, 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 and then replace. Away. Ooh, this side's harder for me. Up, up. Yeah, just check in that your chest is still open. Yeah, that you're trying not to crane your head, even though I know we're all like sort of doing weird things to see the screen, right? Just thinking of a giraffe neck there. Keeping the neck long as much as you can. Yeah. Keep trying to bend this knee underneath you. The deep, woo, ah, the deeper you can get in that bend, the more challenging it is. And then rest. Okay, shake that out. Whoo, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, good wiggles. Wiggles are so good for the body too. Let's do, let me check in one more time. Is there anything that we have not touched on today that you're just like, oh man, I really wanted that to happen? No, we're all good. Okay. All right, so let's do a little rounding here. We're gonna have the feet together, squeezing. You're gonna reach the arms up to the ceiling. And like you're looking out over the edge of a cliff, and then you're letting the rope go over the edge. Bit by bit, letting that rope ladder down. Okay. Once you're there, let the arms circle and kind of dangle as they circle. Let them settle, then reversing. And let them settle, rolling up through the spine. Rung over rung, step over step. Nice. Let's put our weights down and we'll continue because we're gonna add on to this. So reaching up and then looking out over that edge. Can you become a waterfall now? Each vertebra drips over the top of the head to splash down into the base. Okay, if you can, touch the ground here. Go ahead and use that for support. You can bend your knees here and then straighten and bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Okay, sliding one foot out behind you so that we have two straight legs here in a staggered position. And we're gonna bend just the front leg and straighten. No good for you? Okay, that's fine. You can also do this, if you want, you can do this standing up and just work on the balance part of it this way. Yeah, this is really good too. And bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Okay, then drawing that leg back together. And then if you're still over your leg, rolling yourself up, restacking your spine. Okay, and we still have the other side to do, so we're gonna round forward. Become the waterfall, dripping over the top of the head. Bend and stretch a few times there. And out. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Sliding the other foot behind. If you want to come up here now, you can, rolling up, or you can stay over your legs and bend and straighten. And as you're doing this, whether you're all the way forward, whether you're upright here, think about how your hips are changing where they are spatially. They're going forward and back, rather than thinking about the knees too much. Yeah, because our hips are much more, the muscle attachments are much bigger there. So we want to use those for support primarily over the knees, which are just a more delicate structure. Okay, now we're gonna bring that foot back in. You're gonna roll yourself back up, bit by bit by bit by bit. Okay, reaching the arms out on either side of you. Okay, so as if you could elasticize your arms to touch each side of the room and tether them to you. And we're gonna bring those toes just a little bit turned out now, and we're gonna lift the heels up and lower and bend. Straighten, lift, so you're cinching up from your whirlpool belly, and you're cinching up from this kind of harness of the seat. And we're also using the arms too. The arms have a role in this kind of pulling into the plumb line, even though they're also reaching up and lower. Sorry, I forgot the bend. And one more, lift and bend. Okay, we're going to stretch the legs down through the floor. We're going to now pull the sides of the room down to our sides. And then we're gonna let them go. And there's a reverse gravity that floats the arms up. And then we're gonna take hold of the ceiling and we're gonna pull and pull it down into our sides. And then another gravity floats them up. Last time, grab the ceiling like it's one of those big parachutes. You pull it down around you. Pulling the earth down to you. And then rest. Let yourself ease back in. All right, that's all for today. Thank you so much.